The Mayor of London, Boris Johnson, to the Daily Politics. Welcome
Andrew,
back to the programme. Mr Osborne said there that I've got a message to the bankers of the city. If you take huge risks and you pay yourself huge pay, you've got to be prepared to lose it. I'm not going to increase taxes on ordinary families to bail out £2 million a year bankers. It's a bit of a warning to the bankers you were praising last week.
I think it's absolutely right, and I think the bankers will receive that warning in good part. I think everybody who goes into the city's got to understand that this is a risky business. If they're going to take risks with their money, with other people's money, then if they get things wrong, they've got to expect the consequences.
But at the moment they don't. At the moment they just pay themselves more.
I think well, you're seeing thousands of jobs going in the city, Andrew.
Not from the top.
And you're seeing a big clean out, and you're seeing a lot of people suffering. And I'm very concerned that we shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. And all I'm saying, and I think all George and David Cameron and others are saying, is, you know, when you've got a convulsion like this, and when everybody is full of anxiety and full of rage and envy about these very people with their bonuses that you describe, you've got to be very careful when you launch some punitive regulatory mission that you don't accidentally damage the interests.
You mean they're all on the plane to Switzerland?
Of people, well, correct. I mean, masters of the universe may be, you know, in some ways figures of you know, who inspire great envy and, you know, people, you and I, who are less financially fortunate. I don't know about you, but anyway, they can
go anywhere in the universe.
Easily be to some other part.
Let me come back to you. Are you now the most important Tory in the country?
Listen, I'm in a very lucky position of being able to do some things that I believe in and that I think will make a difference to families in London this year. And I listened to what George said about freezing council tax. That's absolutely right. That's got to be the thing that Conservative politicians should be doing in a moment of...
I thought local councils said council tax.
And that's why in London, what we're going to do is freeze our share of the mayoral precept.
You don't have control over the council tax.
We're not... Well, I do have a share.
You have a share
over the mayoral council, and I'm not going to ask Londoners for any more next year.
But you see, you can do things as Mayor of London. It's quite a powerful... But do you think David Cameron's just a wee bit jealous?
Come on. David Cameron can do great things. David Cameron...
He's not in power, you are.
Let me tell you something, Andrew. He has, this day, in my view, read the funeral rites over the third runway at Heathrow, because we all know that the brute reality of politics is that there isn't going to be a Labour government in 2 years' time. There will now be probably, in all probability, without triumphalism, in all probability, a change of government committed to not going ahead with the third runway, and I think that is going to be a change for the better in London. And that's something that David Cameron, Theresa Villiers, has been able to announce today.
OK. Your role as mayor, your record as mayor, I mean, I think it could be said, I mean, to lose one advisor is probably unfortunate. To lose two is careless. What would you call losing three?
I would say, Andrew, that you are yourself a businessman, and you know that if you want to get things done fast, as we do in London, and you want to make changes for the benefit of people in London, then you're going to make a lot of appointments. And the fact is that we've got a fantastic team now.
But why did you lose three top people in the first couple of months?
I really think that when you look at the
it's a bit careless, wasn't it?
People, well, there are plenty more to go. I mean,
you're going to lose more.
Well, let me give you an example. We've, in the course of reforming the London Development Agency, which was a kind of Ken Livingstone checkbook for all sorts of dodgy causes, 400 million quid worth of taxpayers' money being spent, we've managed to shave 193 posts. There you go,
but you didn't appoint these people.
From the
ones that you lost, you appointed, and almost before the seat was warm, they were gone.
I think it's a measure of our effectiveness and our general desire to get,
Say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this.
And our general desire to get on with the priorities of London.
OK, let me ask you this. Your leader says that Britain has a broken society. You say that to say it's a broken society is, to quote you, piffle. Who's right?
Well, I'm, of course, right, but I don't deny that, you know, there is a huge problem in British society. I think
it is piffle to say that Britain has a broken society.
You can take your metaphor wherever you want.
It's your metaphor.
Well, if you say that Britain is broken in the sense that a washing machine or a tennis racket is broken, no longer. Suppose that you were to drop that computer over that balcony and it were to smash into 1,000 fragments, it would be broken. I don't think that Britain resembles the computer in that case. I don't think that this is a society where people are systematically morally depraved. On the contrary, I think if you look at the achievements of kids in the Olympics, if you look at some of the things that are going on in this country, I think there's a lot to be hopeful for. I don't deny it. Now listen,
when you described it as piffle, was that, as one Tory said to me, this was a premeditated act of vandalism designed to undermine David Cameron?
Nonsense.
That's why you called it
nonsense.
piffle.
Absolute nonsense.
Is that true?
There is absolute nonsense. There is complete agreement between me and David Cameron, and you're going to continue to work away at this metaphor. This is a metaphor.
He does not say the broken society is piffle. I mean, black cannot be white in this. Language must mean something. You know that. You're a Latin scholar. It must mean something.
I just explained to you very clearly that I don't. If you asked me whether Britain was incapable of functioning, whether Britain was beyond repair, whether Britain was broken, smashed to smithereens, then of course I deny that. I think there are fantastic strengths in this society and in this country. And I think the point I was making in that piece was that the Olympics proves that. What it certainly has is problems. If you said to me, are parts of Britain broken? Is Britain partially broken? Is it fractured? Is it chipped? And yes.
So it's not
I'd agree with you. So yes, I'd agree with you.
So it's not piffle.
I think to say that, I think we're going around in circles.
All right, well, let me ask you about
I think your viewers have understood very clearly what I'm saying. I don't
viewers
believe this society is smashed
about.
beyond repair.
Let me ask you, well, neither does Mr. Cameron, he's not saying that. Well, knife crime, which many people see as a key part of the broken society. Has the rate of knife crime risen, fallen, or stayed the same since you became mayor?
Well, the rate of knife crime in the UK is going down.
London.
The rate of knife crime in London, certainly the rate of the fatalities have gone. We're now at the level we were in for the whole of last year. We've had 27 kids who've died.
I mean, overall, the rate this year is higher than last year. What I'm trying to determine...
The number of fatalities is certainly higher. I mean, I'd have to get back to you on the rate. There's a difference between, for instance, in the number of stabbings and woundings.
But you want to make a difference. I mean, this was one of the big issues of your campaign. I remember interviewing you about it in the hustings.
You're quite right.
Shouldn't you know whether it's got worse or better since you became mayor?
Well, I think we're agreed that there are more fatalities this year than there were last year.
So it's getting worse.
And it's obviously a problem that I care about very deeply.
How long will it take to make a difference,
of Londoners care about. And, I'm very pleased that we're doing a very tough policing solution to this. And Operation Blunt 2, as you know, has lifted many, many thousands of, several thousand knives from the streets of London. We've made many thousands of arrests and, almost 40,000 stops and searches.
But we'll need to wait and see for a difference on knife crime.
Well, you're already...
It takes time.
You've got 2,000 knives lifted from the streets of London, Andrew. Every one of those knives could have been used in a knife crime. We've got a problem that we're trying to deal with policing solutions, and we are introducing the long-term educational solutions, the youth opportunities that we want to provide that will make a long-term difference.
I understand. Well, we've got to end now, but let me ask, are you going to stand for a second term as London Mayor?
I'm going to work very hard, Andrew, over the next few years, and, on the problems that,
is that a yes or a no?
Describing, it's a maybe.
A maybe?
I'm going to do as well as I possibly can.
Would you rather be Prime Minister?
And of course, it would be a huge honour.
Would you rather be Prime Minister?
I'm very, very happy. Nonsense. No. I'm very, very
shouting
happy.
Yes.
I'm very, very happy doing what is a one. I know how lucky I am to be in the job I'm in now.
Lucky Boris. Lucky Boris.
Lucky you.
Lucky us to have you on the Daily Politics, Boris Johnson.